This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai's sake. Our brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. Yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 9 through 10, is that I came across this article where it's being reported how the new version of the Russian Iskander missile is able to penetrate U.S. Patriot system. Okay? And the report is coming out of Ukraine, meaning the Ukrainian leadership is saying that Russia's missiles, can outmaneuver the U.S. Patriot system, which goes to show you that America is becoming weak, America is not winning that war in Ukraine. They're losing, Their Patriot missiles are garbage compared to Russia's missiles, And this is a clear sign, a clear indicator, that America, is on its way out, It can no longer contend against the Russians with just basic ballistic missiles, And that's why I brought out Isaiah chapter 14. Let me read 9 again. Hell, meaning the pit, the grave, from beneath is moved for thee, meaning you, to meet thee at thy coming, because America is going into the grave, Babylon the Great, is about to enter into the pit, meaning this place is about to be, destroyed, This place is not going to be inhabited, If you continue reading, if you go to Isaiah chapter 13, but if you jump down to Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21 to 23, it clearly shows that this place is going to be wiped out, with the beast of destruction. I'll read it. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, this is talking about you Edomites, you so-called white people living here in Babylon the Great, You are the children, of the fathers that committed iniquity to the children of Israel here, The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, And that's why you got to pay, And if you look at it spiritually, you are your fathers, Because everything's reincarnated, That's why you Edomites are, wondering why little Timmy, little Billy is getting cancer at 2, is dying, from the jab, because it's time for you people to get your judgment, And the Lord is bringing the judgment to you Edomites, You are failing as a nation, That they do not rise nor possess the land, fill the face of the world with cities. Right, it's talking about the destruction, okay? And clearly when you see articles like I just shown, this place is about to be destroyed, all right? The Lord is setting this place up to go to the pit, to the grave. 22, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts. Right, so who's doing this? The Lord, all right? The Lord of hosts, all right? The Lord of armies, all right? And cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. Now, if you go into the NLT version, it says, this is what the Lord of heaven's army said. I myself have risen against Babylon. I will destroy his children and his children's children, saith the Lord. Right, all your generations. Okay? All right, so you think you got it bad now? All right, you ain't seen nothing yet. 23, and the Lord is going to use the Russians, all right, and these other nations to destroy this place, okay, including your allies, America, all right, because your allies are seeing that you're weak. Your allies are like, yo, America's Patriot missiles garbage. We can't depend on America's technology. 23, I will also make it, and of course, before, this popped in my mind just now, I got to bring this out. Yahushua himself, who the word calls Jesus, he wants to get his pound of flesh in Babylon, the great America. So this place is done, man. Okay? Yeah, this place, okay, is already set up, all right, to go straight to the grave, to the pit, all right, to hell. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 23. I will also make it a possession for the Bisnern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. Right, it's talking about the fire, okay, the nuclear fire. All right, watch that movie with Nicolas Cage. I think it's called Knowing, when that fire rips through New York City. Right, Knowing, NYC fire. Yup, this is the scene. They got it in 7020p. Okay, the besom of destruction. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna play because I might take it down, but you see it right here. Boom. Let's get a larger size. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Knowing, NYC fire movie. Let's do that one. There we go. Look at that. That's what that scripture's talking about in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. All right, Isaiah, all right, who's a prophet from Israel, okay, saw Babylon the Great, mystery Babylon, the harlot that sitteth upon many waters, all right, get burnt up with fire like this, okay, the beast of destruction. All right, that's what Isaiah saw. That's what the Lord put the vision on Isaiah to write. That's why Isaiah wrote it down, because he got the vision from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, so there you go. Ooh, look at this one. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 24. The Lord of hosts hath sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have proposed, so shall it stand. That's powerful, man. Okay, so this place is cooked, man. All right, and you can clearly see it. All right, just this article alone just goes to show you that America is weak. All right, they're not able to stop the Russians from beating the Ukrainian military's ass, for lack of better words, man. Okay, the Russians are putting in that work. So let's go back to Isaiah chapter 14, verse 9 again. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth, and have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Right. And all these nations, okay, are seeing what the hell is going on. Like, yo, America is weak. 10, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? art thou become like unto us? Right. Okay. And that's it. You are weak. And this is proof. You also got in this article, the age of American nuclear privilege is over. The West fears nuclear equality because it fears losing control. Right. And in this article, it reports how there's more countries getting involved in nuclear proliferation. I believe down here they actually got the countries. Yeah, Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. All right, they're pursuing it. Okay, so you got more countries pursuing it, and of course, Iran is is quote unquote pursuing it. I believe through the spirit. I'm just speaking as a man, but I believe that they have nukes already. Okay, I believe they do because they're not going to allow them JJs uh, to have a nuclear advantage against them. And that's why the JJs haven't dropped any nukes on them because they know Iran got the nukes. Okay, they know. So and all it takes is that one country to use a pocket nuke, okay, and it's on. It's on. Joel chapter 3 verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come upright. And this is the time that we're in. The Lord is getting these Gentiles battle tested, all right, giving them real time, okay, preparation, all right, for the major conflict, okay, the war to end all wars, right, that nuclear war, okay, and that's why, as it says in 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong, and that's what you're clearly seeing, man. All right, this is powerful right here. America's Patriot missiles system, which are the Patriot missiles. They're supposed to shoot down incoming missiles. All right, the U.S. Patriot systems are designed, all right, for defense, and Russia's ballistic missiles, the Iskander M strikes, are able to not only penetrate but take them out. It says U.S.-made Patriot systems are crumbling under repeated Iskander M strikes. Ukrainian officials admit the Patriots can't stop Russian maneuverable missiles. Reports confirm multiple Patriot batteries wiped out. There you go. All right, near Odessa and Sergivka, with each interceptor costing $4 million and failing to stop a 1 million missiles. Damn, so the Russians' missiles are not only powerful but cheaper. All right, so America, you could throw all the money you want, you're still not going to stop Russia. All right, and see, this goes to show you that money's not going to save you. All right, you damn prideful Americans thinking that money is going to deliver you from the evil day. Riches profit not. Right. Let me get that scripture. Riches profit not. This is exciting stuff, man. We're almost out of here. America's taking L's, man. This place is fucked. Hey, man. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, we just waiting for that chip, that RFID chip, and it's coming. All right. Crypto is here to stay. They got laws. That's it. Everything's going cashless. You're gonna get into everyone is gonna have to get into this digital system, and it's all designed, all right, for the end goal, which is that chip, that RFID chip, the mark of the beast, which we here at Great Millstone through the Spirit Power Yahweh I've been saying, all right, over and over again, and you're gonna keep hearing us saying it over and over again, okay? And if you don't like that we keep bringing it up over and over again, stop watching our videos. Go watch stupid sports. Go watch your wicked pedo politicians. Let them deliver you. All right? Which, if you can't see now that your politicians are all fucking weirdos. All right, you got a serious problem. Okay, all your politicians. All right, that's why the Lord's making it come out at particular times. All right, because there's no excuses. This is to our people. You want to trust in the shadow of Egypt? Well, you're going to get pierced. All right, you're going to get destroyed with this place. All right, because the Lord set this place up to be destroyed. All right, because Babylon the Great is spiritually Egypt and Sodom. Proverbs chapter 11 verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. You see that? Okay. So the righteous are going to be delivered from this destruction. Okay. The righteous are the elect of the nation Israel. All right. But you, all right, jabronis here in America, all right, you military personnel, all right, you politicians that think that you can spend, all right, your way into winning these wars, you're going to fail big time. Riches profit not in the day of wrath. Okay? And this is the reason why you're going to be judged. Babylon judged for the sins against Israel. You see that? That's why. Okay? Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 1. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. 2. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Right. And these nations are getting ready, all right, to drop the hammer on this place. Okay? You're about to enter into the pit. Okay? Into the grave. All right? Hell is about to meet you. Okay? This place is done. All right? And when them nuclear missiles hit, all right, this is what that's talking about, the destroying wind. All right? And it's going to come from Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and your own allies. All right? Because even your own allies are like, yo, America's, all right, ain't got it. 2. I read that. 3. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Right. Okay, if you read the NLT version, it says, don't let the archers put on their armor or draw their bows. Don't spare even her best soldiers. Let her army be completely destroyed. It's going down. 4. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. Right. These missiles are going to tear this place up, man. You're not going to recognize it. The line of confusion. As it says in Isaiah chapter 34. Let me get that. All right. There ain't going to be no more streets in America. Okay. You're not going to be able to recognize, all right, this place when the Lord's done with it. All right. He's really angry with this place. Let me see if I can find it. I know it's in Isaiah chapter 34. There it is. Isaiah chapter 34 verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Right. Okay. And this is a heavy offense, against the Lord. All right. You people that stole our identity. All right. Claiming to be the chosen people. All right. Afflicting pain on us as a people. Yeah. So the Lord's got a dispute. All right. Because when you go into the word controversy, it's rayab, which means a dispute, a strife. Okay. So the Lord has a dispute. All right. When it comes to his people. All right. And that's why he's coming back with vengeance. All right. Because you wicked JJs, 1948ers, small hats, Amalekites, And you everyday Edomites, all right, you got to pay, man, for what you done to the children of Israel. The Lord's got to dispute, all right, for what you done to the children of Israel. For it, okay? 9. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. Right. Okay? It's going to be cooked, man. All right? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The streams of Edom will be filled with burning pitch, and the ground will be covered with fire. Right. That's talking about America, because the Edomites, all right, central hub, central power is Babylon the Great America. Okay? And the NOT be slapping. It exposes you Edomites. You Edomites are here today, because when did this happen? Okay? 10. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it will lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. Right. When did this happen? All right. This is the future prophecy. It's going to happen. 11. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. Right. So there you go. Okay. This, you're not going to recognize where Florida's at, or New York, or Illinois, or Texas, or California, or Washington, okay? Or Jersey, or Virginia, DC, right? Okay? You're not going to recognize where these places, okay, are at anymore when the Lord's done with it, all right? You're not going to know where the hell is what, because this place is going to be what's it called? Totally, utterly destroyed. So let's go back. So why is the Lord going to do this? We got to get the reason why. See, the Lord doesn't just do things, all right, without a reasoning behind it. Okay? He gives the reason right here. 5. For Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, Yahweh. All right? Of his power, of the Lord Yahweh of hosts. See, this is the reason why. All right? Israel represents the northern kingdom. Judah represents the southern kingdom, the 12 tribes. Okay? They haven't been forsaken. So that's why the Lord's doing this. Though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Okay? Right. So this is the reason why the Lord is setting these nations up, all right, to take out America, okay, to recompense, all right, for the controversy of Zion. That's it. And for our people, 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon, deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, he will render unto a recompense. Right, okay? Now, this doesn't mean to physically, all right, get a plane and fly out. All right, this means spiritually in the mind, because the only way to be delivered is up. All right, as it says in Revelation, they got the precept right here. Yep, Revelation 18:4. Okay, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people." Right, this is the deliverance, that ye be not partakers of her plague, of her sin, and that ye receive not of her plagues. There you go. Okay, so this is talking about the deliverance. Ooh, look at this one. Zechariah chapter 2, verse 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord Yahweh. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heavens, saith the Lord Yahweh. Right. So it's time to be delivered. It's time for us to be delivered from where we were sent to. All right, we were sent over here to serve out our punishment. Now it's time for us to be delivered from this place, because our punishment is up. 7, deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. You see? Okay? So there you go. And I guarantee if you go to the NOT version, it says, ooh, come away, people of Zion, you who are exiled in Babylon. You know, that's where we're at. We were exiled here. Okay? We are in captivity. Okay, and we're hastening to be loosed. What is it? Where's that scripture at? The captive hasteneth. There you go. The captive exile hasteneth. Isaiah 51:14. That's the scripture right there. Let me get that one. Isaiah 51 and 14. The captive exile, all right, it's talking about the Israelites who are in exile and in captivity. We're still in captivity. In fact, I just saw a video, I might do a lesson on it, of a Jake down here in South Florida. Okay? There's a video circulating where Jake is, all right, is getting pulled over for not having his lights on in the weather, which, you know, he's supposed to have his lights on when I say in the weather, I'm talking about when the rain, you're supposed to have your lights on. That's in Florida law, all right? But Jake felt that he didn't need to get out the vehicle for a traffic violation, and he ended up getting punched in the face, okay, and thrown to the ground, okay, treated like an animal, all right? Now, granted, I want to be perfectly balanced, okay, because we're in captivity, Jake, you're supposed to follow direct orders, okay, especially by these centurions. If they tell you to get out the vehicle, all right, you need to get out the vehicle, all right? You don't say, why? What did I do? Okay? I for a traffic violation? Why do I need to get out of the vehicle for traffic violation? Hey, the officer said get out the vehicle, all right? Agree with thy adversary, okay? But see, again, Jake doesn't think that they're in exile. They're in captivity. They don't think they're prisoners of war, all right? They think they're free. All right, where you're sadly mistaken, and a lot of you Jakes are in for a rude awakening. Isaiah chapter 51 verse 14: the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit. Ooh, the pit. There it is. All right, what is that? Shakath, the grave, hell. There you go. All right. This is another way of saying hell is shakath. Sha. This is a kha. This is a tha. Shakath. All right. But look at the root word. All right. Okay. This is sha. Well, this means bow down. Shawa. But yeah, the point is though, pit of hell. All right. So now we know. All right, pit, destruction, grave. It's the same thing. Okay? Nor that his bread should fail. Right. Okay? 15. But I am the Lord thy power that divided the sea, whose waves roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. Right. And that's why it's very important to know his name. His name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. So yeah, lessons within lessons. But hey, it ain't looking good for you you Americans, man. America's looking weak every day. The Russians' technology, all right, is cheaper and more efficient and more effective than your technology, America. And, you know, so you can spend all the money you want. It's still not going to stop the Russians. So, yeah, man, this is a game changer right here. And this is from the Times in India. So, Lord willing, let us edify. I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray with each other. Pray for the apostle elders. We're almost out of here. Clearly, America's on its way out. It's weak. Okay? And this is a sign that we're almost out of here. So let's keep pushing. To the few sisters that are watching, keep studying. When you pray, to cover shalom.